Didn't mean to play the whole thing, kind of got a little carried away there in one of my favorite tunes. It is Friday, June 22nd, very special day here, still in the middle of Hogan holiday season, and this is, I would really have to wish a happy anniversary to my wife Nani, who sat through that song 27 years ago and married me anyway. Stuck with a musician. Not everybody can do that. So, special hello and much love out to Nani today. So, but it has been, aside from like the personal stuff and things, oh, I have another birthday coming up next week. My beautiful niece. Not a great niece. She's a great niece, but not like, well, never mind. Allie, if you're watching, happy birthday as well too. Okay, you are a great niece. Let's see, it has been a kind of interesting week here. This time I put out a couple of my personal favorites. As you've noticed, I've been sort of selfish lately. The last few weeks have always been just kind of getting to lessons on tunes that have that are very important to me. Let's see, what was it this week? We started off the week with David Bowie. That one is sort of sentimental to me because of my student Jacob, who one time came in and who many of you have seen in the Fly on the Wall things, and I said, hey, do you want to learn anything by David Bowie? He says, nah, I really don't like David Bowie. And then all of a sudden he started noodling around and he did this. He goes, but I really like to learn this song. What is this? It was Ziggy Stardust. Anyhow, Jake, if you're watching, it was a great lesson. I might have even done a Fly on the Wall on that. Not sure if that one came out or if we did it or not. Anyhow, so we started the week with that, and then we continued with, oh, we had, I got to thank Fred again for a very cool rendition of of Creek Alley, Mamas and the Papas, that I hope everybody looked at that, because there's enough info in there. That basically is now part of the Target program, because if you watch that video of Fred, you can play Creek Alley. So kind of an official release there too. And towards the end of the week we had a student review. They're back on live again. This time it was our longtime member Wally, who was working on Michelle, and he had done a great job. If you haven't seen it, he did a great job of picking out the melody to Michelle in his own little way, and it was spectacular. I think I added a few little suggestions that might help in certain other parts. Can't remember. Well, I do remember, but you got to watch it to find out. So, and then a couple songs that I have teased you with mercilessly since day one. A band I really like. They have some very cool tunes. That was, of course, Nature's Way, and I kind of been postponing doing that lesson for a long time because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it, and that's sometimes what happens. It's like, I can't just show you how to play the song. I gotta like come up with some more meat to it, and I believe with that one I did. Maybe not. Sometimes I just show you the song. And then another biggie. We finally got to Steve Howe. Yes, it is on its way. It will be spread out over the next few weeks, and the part of Mood for a Day that we put up this week is really just the very beginning, and it's really important to get the hang of the strumming, and particularly the upside down strumming that happens because of the tap on there. So the first set of strokes is done standard, down, up, down, up, down. Tapping on the guitar makes the next measure work out better to go upside down. And then double timing the downs to make it work. So there's a lot of tricky things. We even throw in the little flamenco rolls second time around. Then the technique of using your thumb and your finger to alternate as if it's a pick as you run through that run. Gotta get that. So that's all we put up this week. Don't worry. The rest of that section, at least, will be coming along soon. Then we'll kind of spread it out a little bit further. But so anyhow, get started on Mood for a Day, and you should have a lot of fun with that. Let's see, there's some other things. Oh, we had Steve dropped in at the Listening Post and had a great little essay. On Steppenwolf. Maybe it's time to do some Steppenwolf songs. Okay, everybody knows who wrote this, right? Kind of a hit for Steppenwolf, but a very political band, meaning they weren't afraid to say what they really meant or felt. And times were pretty controversial back then. A lot of stuff going on here in the United States and around the world, and much of it was our fault. But we had some outspoken bands like them, and Steve Stills, and who else? Of course, Joan Baez. So, but I haven't seen any Steppenwolf stuff on the recommend a lesson list, but you know, you don't really think of them as an acoustic guitar band. Although, that little riff there, very similar to something that came out by Miles Davis on Kind of Blue, when he stepped into some things. Anyway, let's see. Oh, speaking of, okay, last thing. Then I'll let you get back to your day. The recommend a lesson list is up to date all the way through yesterday. Mood for a Day has now got the target symbol. I really want to thank Mike and the crew here at TG for showing me how to update that. We have some brilliant programmers out there, and they do things that we love. And so now it's up to date, and when I take a look at it, I see things that I really want to get to and things that I will never get to. But I can't tell you what those are. Oh yeah, last thing. I noticed a little thread in response to Mood for a Day. And I do want to talk a little bit about what I would consider level 9 songs. There are a lot of them out there. We don't have a lot of them here. I don't know, maybe half a dozen. But some of them are really difficult, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't tackle them. And don't be scared, because I break them down into small chunks and things too. But when we get into the level 9 songs, in my head there are 10 or maybe 100 sub-levels of level 9. And so our software, it's not really that important. We break it down to is that a 9.1 or a 9.73 or what, but that's just where the high-end instrumentals are going to go. Linus and Lucy might be up in there. What else is there? Classical Gas is borderline, I think. And with some of those, it's really a matter of playing it at the level, at like concert level. That's what makes it a 9, is to play it like you could perform it in a contest. Oh, I hate guitar contests, but anyway. So, okay, I think I got to get out of here now and get back to some of the things I have been messing around with some new stuff. Got that one? I know some of you youngsters out there know what that is. Okay, thinking about it. Probably have to see it on the recommended lesson list. And then we'll get to it. I am out of here. We'll be back. Next week. I will not be here. Well, I might be. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the news done next week. This might be the first time I miss it. I have to be fighting wildfires in Colorado. Anyway, I will be in Colorado for a week-long softball tournament. They're winding down as the little one is going off to college soon. But she's not so little anymore, but still. Anyway, so if the news doesn't happen next week, please go about your lives like normal. Don't let it mess up things. But I'm going to try to get it done there. I have done it in the past there, but this time it might be a little more difficult. So, we'll see. Maybe it'll just be audio. Maybe I'll just phone it in. Not sure. Anyway, if I don't see you next week, I will see you in 2 weeks, which will be the 4th of July. Wimbledon must be going on by around then. So be sure to watch tennis. And use sunscreen. That's it. See you, hopefully, next week.